Have you ever looked up and seen a plane with a hump at the front? That's the Boeing 747, a true icon.
The 747 made the world feel smaller, connecting continents and families like never before.
For decades, it was the queen of the skies, the largest and most glamorous passenger plane.
In 2023, the last 747 rolled out of the factory, a bittersweet end to an era.
Airlines wanted smaller, more efficient jets, and the pandemic sped up the 747's retirement.
But the Queen's story isn't over. She's found a new life carrying cargo.
The 747's size and design make it perfect for air freight, keeping goods moving worldwide.
You might not see as many at the terminal, but they're still flying high, powering the global economy.
The Queen of the Skies has simply started a new chapter, one just as important as the last.
From flying palaces to cargo giants, the 747 continues to shape our world.
Its legacy is secure even as its role evolves.
The 747 isn't just history, it's still making history.
The Queen soars on.
The 747's second life as a cargo plane is vital for global trade.
Its huge interior holds everything: cars, machinery, even delicate flowers and medicine.
The nose swings open, letting crews load massive items with ease, a unique feature.
That nose door is a game changer for oversized freight.
Major cargo airlines like UPS and Cargolux rely on the 747 every day.
Many retired passenger 747s are converted to freighters. Seats out, floors reinforced, windows plugged.
It's smart recycling, keeping these planes flying for years.
The 747 is the unsung hero of e-commerce, making global delivery possible.
The Queen's cargo chapter is just as impressive as her passenger days.
She's still connecting the world, just in a different way.
Want to fly a 747 in 2025? Airlines like Lufthansa, Korean Air and Air China still operate them.
The latest 747-8S fly long-haul routes. Frankfurt to New York, Seoul to Europe, Beijing to global cities.
Lufthansa is the largest operator with flights to major destinations worldwide.
The upper deck is a unique experience, quiet, exclusive and iconic.
Whether in business class or just climbing the stairs, it's unforgettable.
For aviation fans, flying the 747 is a bucket list adventure.
The power at takeoff, the smooth ride, nothing else compares.
As these planes become rarer, every flight is special.
Don't miss your chance to fly the Queen before she leaves passenger service for good.
It's a piece of history you can still experience. The 747 isn't just for passengers and packages, it's Air Force One, the President's Flying Command Center.
The new Air Force One will also be a 747-8, showing the design's lasting trust.
Other world leaders and royals use 747s too, turning them into flying palaces.
Its range and reliability make it perfect for VIPs and global diplomacy.
NASA even used a 747 to carry the space shuttle.
The Dreamlifter, a special 747, hauls huge aircraft parts for Boeing.
The 747's versatility is unmatched.
From presidents to space shuttles, the 747 handles the world's biggest jobs.
It's more than a plane, it's a symbol of power and possibility.
The Queen of the Skies always rises to the challenge.
Her legacy is built on doing the extraordinary. The Boeing 747 is more than metal and wings. It's a cultural icon.
For generations, it symbolized adventure and the golden age of travel.
Its shape still inspires wonder and nostalgia.
Today, it bridges past and present, history in the sky, and a workhorse on the ground.
The 747 democratized air travel and opened the world.
As a freighter and as Air Force One, it remains relevant and powerful.
The Queen's story isn't over. She'll keep flying as a cargo giant for years.
Her legacy is secure, her impact unforgettable.
The 747 proved we could build something massive and graceful.
Even when the last one retires, the Queen of the Skies will live on in our memories and dreams.
So, I couldn't help but feel a little nostalgic when I heard Boeing ended production of the 747 back in early 2023. I mean, this was the plane that defined international air travel for so long.
It really does hit differently, doesn't it? The 747 was more than just a plane, it was a symbol of the jet age. Even though production stopped, it's wild to realize hundreds are still crisscrossing the skies today.
Absolutely. And yet it seems like the pandemic threw everything into fast forward. Airlines rushed to retire their old jumbos, especially since fewer people were flying, and those 4 engines aren't exactly cheap to run.
I know what you mean. Airlines saw the pandemic as the perfect excuse to clear out aging fleets. Still, here we are in late 2025, and there are more than 747 seconds out there just not doing quite the same jobs they used to.
The shift from passenger routes to cargo is such an interesting twist for the 747 story. These days, most of them are hauling freight instead of people.
That's actually a great point. Freighter versions of the 747 have become the workhorses, moving everything from electronics to outsized machinery. But it's not all boxes and crates. A handful of airlines still use them for passengers.
I guess it makes sense. Passenger demand on certain routes just isn't what it used to be, but there's always a need to ship tons of stuff globally. Plus, the 747's sheer size gives cargo airlines a real edge, doesn't it?
Totally. And there's this funny overlap too. Planes that are technically parked might be back in service tomorrow. It's almost like the 747 refuses to fully retire, just finding new roles as aviation changes.
Speaking of refusing to retire, it's pretty impressive that airlines like Lufthansa and Korean Air are still flying the 747 for passengers. Lufthansa even has 27 inches its fleet, most of them the newer -8 version.
What's crazy is Lufthansa isn't hanging on to those for nostalgia. With delays in new aircraft deliveries, they actually need the 747 seconds to meet demand, especially given how busy long-haul travel's gotten again.
That makes a lot of sense. And with Airbus and Boeing both struggling with supply chain delays, airlines can't just snap their fingers and get a bunch of new A350s or Dreamliners overnight.
Exactly. Korean Air's in a similar spot, still running a mix of passenger and freighter 747 seconds. And let's not forget Air China, plus a couple of Russian and VIP operators who've reactivated or reconfigured old jumbos for new purposes.
Last time I checked, folks who want to tick fly on a 747 off their bucket list have fewer options every year. But Lufthansa's got you covered over 1,000 scheduled flights on their 747 seconds this month alone.
And don't overlook Korean Air. They're keeping the 747 alive on some big routes like Seoul to Los Angeles. Air China, meanwhile, is flying them on high-density domestic runs and even a few U.S. routes.
That's great for aviation geeks or anyone who just likes a roomy ride. I imagine the experience of boarding a 747 still feels pretty special, even if there aren't quite as many left to choose from these days.
For sure. I mean, seeing that upper deck staircase or walking into the nose section, it's got a charm you don't get on newer twins. But outside of those few airlines, most 747 seconds are strictly cargo now.
Honestly, the sheer number of 747 seconds still running cargo missions is staggering, over 9,600 scheduled flights just this month. Operators like Atlas Air, UPS, and Cargolux have turned the jumbo into a true freighter legend.
Yeah, and it's kind of poetic, right? The same aircraft that once opened up world travel now powers global trade. Those big freight doors, the nose that swings open there, really isn't another plane quite like it for massive shipments.
And let's not forget the special 747 seconds serving as government transports, from VIP shuttles to future Air Force Ones. Even decades after its debut, the 747 is still adapting to whatever the world needs.
That blend of nostalgia and utility shows why the 747 still draws so much fascination. Sure, it's less prominent these days, but it carved out a spot in history that's hard to replicate. That actually makes me curious, where do you see the 747 fitting into aviation's future?
I love that question. Even though it's fading from the mainstream, I think the 747 will always have a place, maybe not as the queen of the skies, but as a symbol of a time when flying felt huge and glamorous.
Completely agree. And yet, it's funny how its strengths became its biggest challenges. 4 engines, massive capacity, those were game changers in the 70 seconds, but now airlines want efficiency above all.
It's almost like the 747's own success set the stage for the next wave of innovation. Quieter, more efficient twins that could go just as far. But the legacy? That's set in stone.
Absolutely, the 747 changed what was possible for airlines, and even if it's flying fewer routes now, its impact is everywhere. For anyone who still catches one overhead, it's a living piece of history.